All right, fam, I'm here with my most controversial book ever. And I don't write books for controversy's sake, but I wrote this book because, man, I really felt like there is a revelation that we need to get to Christians so that Satan can't cut their life short. This book is actually called God Doesn't Need You in Heaven. Read this book so that Satan can't cut your life short. It's a quick read, but it is full of a powerful teaching, a revelation, a new belief system, if you will, that is going to keep you on earth longer. It is going to show you how to live a blessed life, a healthy life, and a full, long, satisfying life. I wrote this book after several conversations I had with Christians who love God, yet still believe that they could just die at any moment, that they're not promised tomorrow. Did you know that that's not actually in the Word? In fact, I reveal the person who quoted that to you inside this book. And it is going to shock you when you find out what that quote is actually from. Because like I said, it is actually not scriptural like most people think it is. In fact, there are over 40 scriptures that promise us or show us how to lengthen our lives, how to live full, satisfying, long lives. In fact, there are dozens and dozens of scriptures that show us how to resist the devil and honestly show us how to live out our full years down here. I wrote this book, like I said, because I witnessed some people pass away that didn't need to. I believe that heaven is full of people that didn't need to go there yet. The problem is we've been giving God the credit for a lot of the horrible things that Satan does. And therefore, if we think God is doing it, we don't fight it and we just let it happen. John 10:10 says that the thief only comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Now, Jesus is talking in this scripture, red letters. And then he says, but I've come to give you life to the full, to enjoy it, and to have it in abundance. Yet, I read you that scripture and you're like, oh yeah, of course. But we are giving God the credit for tumors, cancers, sicknesses, somebody dying early in a car wreck or a plane crash or a tragedy or calamity. We're saying, oh, that must have just been God's sovereign will for them. It must have just been their time to go. You never know. Better hug your loved ones. The Bible doesn't say that. And I put the scriptures in this tiny book to show you what the Bible actually says so that Satan can't cut you or your loved ones' lives short. This is your handbook to a long, satisfying, and blessed life. This is going to get you out from the deceit that Satan has us in. We didn't know it was Satan. A lot of times we thought it was God. Well, you need to grab this book. I believe that it is going to have a life-changing impact on you. In fact, it might just change your entire family tree. Your legacy might last longer because you read and apply the things in this book. You know, in Jeremiah 29:11, it says that God knows the plans for you. Plans for good, not disaster, to give you a future and a hope. Yet, when disaster strikes, we call it an act of God. Or we say, it must have just been their time. Only the Lord knew. The good Lord giveth, and the good Lord taketh away. Man, what we do is we go through and we find the 40+ scriptures that show you how to live a long life, that it's promised to you, and then what you need to do in order to achieve that. We also go through the scriptures that are quasi-quoted, like the one I just said, the good Lord giveth and the good Lord taketh away. Most people don't even know where that scripture's found. It's Job 1:21, and it's only half of a scripture, and you're quoting it in the King James. And when you look at the full context, you see what he's actually talking about and what it means. The scriptures that say you're not promised tomorrow, man, we go in there and I'll show you which scriptures again are being quasi-quoted and out of context. We just dive into it and we find out, wait a minute, we are promised tomorrow. Wait a minute, we are promised a long, healthy, satisfying, rewarding life. Wait a minute, over and over again it says if you do these things, you will lengthen your life. it says that in here. It says that over and over and over. Old Testament, Proverbs, Psalms, and New Testament. We'll cover them. Why don't you grab this book today? We've got some bonus content available that goes along with it. It's going to help you. It's going to bless you. It's going to get this deep into you. Grab a couple copies for your family, your loved ones, your small group, whatever. And let's get Christians living a longer time down here on earth. We got stuff to do. We got a good life to live that God's laid out for us. And let's get in that good life. Let's fulfill the call that He has for us. Let's accomplish the things that He's put on earth for us to accomplish. This book is going to help you with that. Grab it today. I appreciate you guys.